Howdy, all you Ringside crew. This is episode 119 of the internationally known, just kidding, to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am your host, Joe Cowboy Panther the Third, and now introducing from the top of Metal Mountain and get some good gold up there. It's the Happy Hill himself. Tell him the Panther sent you. It's the Metal Geek. Happy Halloween.
What's going on, Ringside crew? What's going on internationally known? What's going on, everyone? What's going on, Joe? What's
Howdy.
up with that hat?
Sorry. Happy Halloween, everybody. I'm just decided just like a cowboy today. Howdy. So what's going on, Geek? What's going on?
Not much, dude. Not very much right now. I guess we're on 2 more days till Halloween, and you know what that means.
Yes.
Mother's calling.
Mother will be calling very soon. I think. So you ready to load that the Dudes at Ringside jet? Make sure there's a lot of gasoline in it. Tell Mod to make sure she packs her suntan oil. And make sure she packs the bikinis because we're going to Florida again, Geeky. Because let's give a war. Dudes at Ringside, welcome to Anna Diaz.
Hey there.
What's going on?
Hey.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Welcome. So if our fans aren't familiar with you, introduce yourself.
My name's Anna Diaz. I'm from Hollywood, Florida, and I've worked in some promotions like Blueprint Pro Wrestling, CCW, which is Coastal Championship Wrestling, TCW, and a couple others in South Florida.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's the right CCW, not that Capital Championship Wrestling, right?
Yeah, no, it's Coastal Championship Wrestling.
Because there is another CCW out in I think Washington on the East
Yeah,
Coast.
I ran into that once, and somebody told me there was another CCW. I'm just like, what?
Actually, there's actually another one you're probably not familiar with. It's called Copenhagen Championship Wrestling.
Huh. Gotta watch out for those CCWs then.
Accidentally trying to talk to your promotion, and you accidentally get that promotion. Like, what do you mean? I'm too far away. Germany? What? No. Which one is it? Germany? That one, Geek?
No, it's Denmark.
Denmark.
Joe's not good at geography. I'm sorry,
Anna. The geography, I'd be I'd be going the wrong direction. I'd be going towards.
I said I'm not either, so it's all good.
You're like, where are these guys? And we land at the wrong airport. You're like, you guys are in Miami. Joe, what? I thought this was. Oh.
You give us the wrong CCW.
Oh. They said that we were supposed to be here. Yeah. So, who trained you?
I was originally trained at somewhere called the Main Event Training Center with Rusty Brooks and Gangrel. And one of the assistant trainers there was Jimmy Janetti. So those are the big three that trained me.
Oh wow!
And then from going to the Main Event Training Center, Gangrel opened his own school, GWA, which was Gangrel's Wrestling Asylum. So a lot of it is Rusty Brooks and Gangrel.
So what was it like working with Gangrel exactly?
It's something out of this world. It's like once you train with him, and like I've checked out other schools and like have trained, like I've even trained at TCW before, and their school is amazing. It's with Gangrel, it's just a different energy. It's different energy, and there's like a different level of like intensity that you just feel. Like it's crazy. I got very lucky when it came to training though, because he is the best.
That's awesome.
I already, I already asked what's like training with Gangrel, Joe.
So, have you ever thought of any other places in the country you want to wrestle yet?
I've thought of, because like eventually when I finish everything that I want to accomplish in Florida, like work for as many promotions as possible, I want to just move and just start somewhere new in a completely new state and just kind of figure it out. Um, I've thought maybe New York,
Hmm.
and seeing as how I have family in New York, so it wouldn't like it'd be kind of cool to see that side of the family at shows and stuff. And New York's just it's hectic, but it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of like right now New York with wrestling before the pandemic was like white hot because there was a lot of different promotions that you could work with in Long Island and in New York City that you could find. And especially being a wrestler, you probably would get like if you came to New York, I'm in New York, you probably get a lot of DMs like, "Hey, look at me!" Like,
I think it'd be
I
kind
was
of
like, I'm
cool.
here.
yeah, that's Geek and I's dream, but fear. If we go to Texas next year, we'll be saying we're here, and all these promotions saying, "Hey, you, come see us."
Come see our show. Come see our show, right?
Like, what is in it? Like, add funny Cowboy Panther Joe. What is it in? What is there in for us? Are you gonna let us set up a camera? Are you gonna let us do
Yeah.
interviews?
Like help me help you, but
Are we
Yeah.
gonna
help
get
me
a T-shirt?
too.
We
Yeah.
have plenty of stickers, but T-shirts are nice too.
Yeah.
My thing is, if I come to your show, I'm not expecting anything out of anybody. But like, we will be. If you want us, let us sit ringside. Hence the name. We will wear your T-shirts. We will be the loudest cheers, and if the heels will be the loudest booers. That's what dudes at ringside brings to the table. We will cheer the loudest, boo the loudest, and we will get the crowd so into it.
Who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
Well, the loudest fans are the best fans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're fans that cannot be ignored.
I'm
and
I'm cheering when nobody else is cheering, and I feel like I'm an idiot, but
Nah, that's part of the fun. That's part of the experience when you go to
yeah.
shows. You have to cheer and boo and talk shit to people. I mean,
yeah,
it's part of it.
yeah, and also we will also talk about your show weeks before the event. We're the ones that'll if we have a Thursday show and the show's on a Saturday, or we have a Friday show, after or before the guests, we get the roster of who's going to be fighting. We will definitely talk about the matches and like, who do you think? Like what do they call that, Geek? Oh my god,
A production show.
we'll do a prediction show.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
Oh, we would if you give us who's the match card. Like
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
we'll do one of those things. We'll like talk about it. We'll even we could do it on Instagram Live. We'll do it on like one of these, and he'll just send me the clip.
Yeah.
On Instagram. That's the thing about it. We love helping. We love independent wrestling, and we love helping in any way possible we can. Even though we can't come in the ring, we use this as our fun part. We love our microphones, like that. That's like an antenna because you never know who's watching.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we need supporters like you, and we appreciate every little thing that you do. I mean, every little podcast you can jump on or photo you get tagged in is some one step closer.
Yeah.
And you don't know who sees that photo either.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like for example, who is this person tagged in this photo or this tweet, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you start following that person.
Like it'd be like one of our fans from like Germany could be like, "Who's Anna Diaz? Look her up. Oh my gosh, she's on YouTube." Because I was watching some of your matches. I was talking to Geek. I was watching on the phone. You had at one point you had really long hair, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
That
I'm
was
confused.
about. I was like, yeah. Some people when they see me now, like people I haven't seen in years or even like months, they won't recognize me. They'll look at me twice. They'll like size me up. They'll be like, Anna, like is that? I'm just like, yep, I'm still here. So just like it's yeah. I also dyed my hair a lot, so I had like I first had fiery red hair,
Yep,
and then the fiery red hair like was hard to maintain, so it turned into like orangey blonde, and
yep.
then I wrestled a lot with the orangey blonde look, and then it just turned orange, and here we are.
Yeah.
Short
I,
hair.
the one I
Exactly.
saw is you were like, your hair was wrapped. I'm like, this has to be the wrong person. Like, it's like
There's another Ana Diaz, isn't there, Joe? And they're like, no, it's the same person.
I kept saying it. You would have thought I was crazy if I made a video of myself watching the match. I think I should just to say make you laugh. I was like, no, this is not her. No, yes, it is. No,
Oh,
this is not her.
it was with me with the green trunks though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
With the green tights, so it has my name on it. So I
yeah,
mean, that's one thing. That's something that helped some people. I'm just like, yeah, it's
yeah.
still me, you know.
And you were also wearing red. You had red out. You had a red outfit on too. One of the
Oh yeah, I look back at the red. I'm just like, that was a bad color on me.
the green fit.
I
Yeah.
like the green. I was like when I was getting new gear done because I just got new gear, which is the same green but camo. I was
Hmm.
thinking like, do I want another color? And then I actually asked Gangrel, and then he's like, I think the green is just it's your color. It's a fit. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
couldn't
why
picture going with any other color now.
the podcast is green right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, green's the best.
Yeah.
Green.
Even though we're literally green. We've been only doing this since March. We're a green podcast. We're new.
We are a very green
But the
podcast.
thing is, we're green, but in my mind, we've already turned blue because we are now seen
We're not
in
turning blue, we're turning gold.
gold. We're almost
Well,
there.
there has to be a color before you get to gold because gold seems like up there.
Yeah, I'm still molding this awesome statue that the chair that me and Geek are sitting in. We can't sit in yet. It's not dry. It's still, we're, I'm still molding it Lego style. I'm like, if you sit in it, it's gonna collapse.
It's a work in
Lego
progress.
style.
Yeah, yeah, man. Lego style chair. I'm painting it.
It's a work
Yeah.
in progress, is what it is,
So,
right, Joe?
ever so Spiffy has the question in the chat, Geek. Before we
I
get,
think she just answered it, but I'll shoot it again. So, what inspired your gimmick and colors for it?
What inspired my gimmick?
Yeah,
yeah,
and colors for it.
Um, I mean, I don't have a gimmick.
No, she's just
uh,
herself. She's herself, right?
yeah, I mean, what like I took a break for wrestling for I want to say like a year. Before that, I was kind of doing like I was just me turned up like times 1,000 and a lot happier version. But then I took a break. I came back now. Now it's just like I really don't care anymore. If you don't like me, I'm sorry. If you don't like my face, don't look at it. If you don't like my wrestling, then go get some popcorn. Like it's me. It's 100%. I mean, like me or hate me, but that's my gimmick. But that's actually my personality. So
Yeah. No gimmick.
no
So,
gimmick. No, I don't need a gimmick.
no gimmick. You just you. That's all you
a
gotta be.
lot of wrestlers today, they're themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think there used to be a lot more gimmicks, um, I mean, I want to say the Undertaker, like a living dead guy,
Yeah.
um, or vampires and things like that, or like luchadors, which are all cool. For me, it's just a lot easier to just be myself.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's like in today's world, there's like you have Brock Lesnar, you have Roman Reigns kind of a gimmick, but you have
Yeah.
Matt Riddle, which is himself. You know what I mean? It's
Matt
just
Riddle's a cool dude, though.
oh, you
yeah.
met him?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't watch him and not be entertained. So how can you
Yeah.
not like the guy?
Do you ever meet him in person or?
I haven't actually. It'd be kind of cool, dude. He seems like he'd be a cool dude.
Yeah.
He was on the Indies a lot too, so
Yeah.
he wrestled the Indies. So
Now the only thing I've had close to a gimmick was when I like just started and like first started doing matches. I wrestled under a mask for like a year. Um, it was because I was really shy and like I didn't talk much or show any emotion, and I bought a red lucha dragon mask, and I called myself Red Dragon, and I would wrestle under that.
Mm.
do you have any dream matches that you do you have any dream matches or could be anybody?
Like like dream opponents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I want to say Mickey James. I know we talked a little bit about that earlier.
Yeah.
Mickey James for sure. Another one would be Gail Kim.
Mm.
Joe Kim definitely.
Yeah, I mean they're just so talented.
Is
Yeah.
Go Geek.
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Is there any spots that you won't, if like a promoter says, okay, we want you to do this spot tonight, would you be like, is there a spot you're like, nah, I don't want to do that?
Like completely say no.
Yeah.
It's not
Like
often.
if it's really bad. I'm saying if it's really bad.
Ooh, like bad in what sense though? Bad like I can get hurt, or like
Yeah.
bad like
Yeah, bad to get hurt and say I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, like a match.
I don't think so. Maybe like if he said like let's do a flaming tables match,
Yeah.
but like but then I'd still consider it. I mean, I would have liked a little heads up, but no. Promoters never really say, "Hey, I kind of want this spot done during the match." But when they have been, I don't think I've ever said no. I might tweak it a little bit, so it maybe like it's done in a different way, but what he wants is still there. Does that make sense?
Got you. Because like some people like would say, like if it was like a table full of tacks or something like that, so someone might say, that might be a little too much.
Is it like a hardcore match?
Yeah, like a hardcore match. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be open to it.
Yeah.
But I would want to know before I get there.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Have like backup gear. Have like really old gear that I wear, so like I don't like rip or ruin my new one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Have you ever thought about like since you worked with Gangrel, like he trained you, like would you ever like go and do like a short gimmick as a vampire? If he ever said, "Hey, I want to start up the Brood in the Indies," would you join his stable?
Ooh, how do you say no to that? That's cool. I have thought about doing a vampire gimmick before. It came about because like you know how Tajiri used to do like I guess still does. There's the what is it called? The submission on the ropes that he does in the corner.
Oh,
Yeah.
the tarantula.
Yeah, I used to do that, and then once like when I let go of the guy, I was just kind of hanging there, and one of my coaches was like, "You look like a creepy bat, like a vampire," and I'm like, "What?" And then I almost considered doing a vampire gimmick, but I never went through with it. But if he was gonna do a new Brood, how can I just I wouldn't pass that up.
Definitely.
Spit blood at people. I mean, have cool fangs.
Have that theme song, a cool theme song.
I'd be into it.
I mean, the new Blade movie's coming out soon.
Ooh,
when is it coming out?
That.
I think that comes out next year, dude.
All these good movies.
Oh well, that's kind of soon, I guess.
Yeah.
All these good movies, I swear. It's just like
Disney
we got
rebooted it.
Afterlife next month, which I'm super amped, and I can't wait. I'm like, I'm so amped. I added my Ghostbusters coffee mug to my collection of my desk. Even though I had to add, I tried to make that my normal every morning coffee mug, but it's so big that there goes half the coffee cup in Joe's cup. What happened to all the coffee?
Our mod says she thinks she could be a green lizard with the attire.
The green lizard. She gets a mask mod. She could be the first ever green lizard luchador in CCW.
That would definitely be a first.
Hey, it is Florida. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember going to Florida when we went to Universal one year. I think 2018, when they had the 80s themed time. And my sister opened the door and what comes flying is a lizard. My sister's like, ah! And just caught her out of nowhere. Just like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'd
they're-
freak out like that too.
I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Yeah, I'd freak out.
Yeah, those lizards are fast, by the way.
They just came flying out of the door.
That just reminds me how like my grandma would flip the F out whenever there was a lizard in the house. Oh my god, she would like start spraying it with like Lysol or something to get it to die, and like she would freak out and start yelling. It was craziness.
You can curse here. You don't have to worry. Unless you don't
I
want.
still don't like to though. You know.
Okay. Okay. All right. We always like it's okay till, as Geek always says, till we get a sponsor. And I'm like, how do you know the sponsor's not going to be like,
Yeah, they will. Oh, they will.
we're
Really?
stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
You saw with the pizza cutter what Domino's did to AEW.
What they did? Wait, what?
So
I heard something about that.
Yeah.
well, apparently Nick Gage used a pizza cutter during the match with Chris
Uh-huh.
Jericho, and then they cut to a Domino's commercial, and Domino's was pissed, and they lost Domino's as their sponsor.
So they lost Domino's as a sponsor because he used the pizza cutter?
Yeah, yeah.
What does that
And-
make sense?
No, because they cut right into a Domino's commercial, and the guy had a pizza cutter right there.
That's
And he was cutting a pizza.
oh my god.
So they were trying to put two and two together. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Insane.
That is
Insane.
crazy, though.
Like, do you collect anything, Anna?
Not really. The closest thing I do like to collecting is probably like notebooks because I'm a huge notebook nerd. Like I have a notebook for like each like purpose. Like I'll have my wrestling notebook, a notebook for promos, one for like just writing during the day because like I'm like huge. I'll try and write every day just because I love writing and like poetry. So definitely notebooks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a few here, and I have one for my Ghostbusters story, and then I have another one for part 2. The paper is somewhere around here. I started writing a side story that happens between part 2 and part 3. That my guy goes to New York to take. For some reason, he goes to New York to take time off from being a Ghostbuster because after part 2, he takes a little bit of a bump, a nasty wrestling bump off a cliff.
Huh.
But
Sounds interesting, for sure.
But he was saving the world from a ghost apocalypse. So he did take a wrestling bump. Instead of taking through the table, he literally fell off a cliff. And
Yeah, that's a rough bump.
yes. It was me. I took a bump and my glasses got cracked. That was me. My guy falls off a cliff, lands face down in a yard, and 2 old people go. It's funny. The story ends with an old man and old woman watching the news, and they're saying the Ghostbusters of Pike County saved the world again, and we lost one of our locals, Ghostbuster Joe. We think he died, and then the wife's going. The husband's like, man, that Ghostbuster Joe is such a crazy person. The wife's looking out the back window, honey, I think something's in the yard crawling around. Looks like he's hurt. What? 20, stop playing around. Oh my god. That's how the story ends. My guy's beat up in the yard.
What's your opinion on intergender wrestling? And who's somebody you would love to face?
I'm not against it at all, as long as as long as it's believable and makes sense. Actually, in Knockout Pro Wrestling is a company I've been working for recently. They are doing a tournament for like all belts are up for grabs. So currently, I'm their women's champion, and I think they're like eventually gonna push me in the tournament, and then the winner of the tournament, you get to go for any belt you want. So it may be possible soon. As of opponents, I kind of want to stay like in my home court, and I would probably go for um, our former GWA champion Lakai, because he is just a beast, like insane. He came from Haiti. He's a huge dude. He's like triple or like four of me. And
he wrestles in Florida, or?
Yeah, he wrestles in Florida. He wrestled for Magic City a couple times actually.
So CCW he wrestles for, right?
Yeah, he wrestles. Yeah, CCW too. But yeah, no, I'm definitely not against it. I'd love the challenge for sure.
It's always good to hear that female wrestlers are down for the challenge to face men, because there's a lot of female wrestlers that want to do it. They're like hesitant, but there's a female wrestler that's in Boston, Massachusetts, and her name is Davian, Not America's Sweetheart. You should definitely check her out. She wrestles. She's the champion there, the men's champion.
Nice. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
When did she win it, Geek? I forgot.
I think it was over the summer she won it.
Yeah, during the summertime she won it, and I was like, I was so happy for her, because she came on our podcast, and we were like, "You're gonna be somewhere," and she's like, "Oh, guys, thanks." And boom, dude's at Ringside Magic. She wins the belt.
Yeah, that's crazy. Another opponent that actually comes to mind would be, he was trained by Gangrel too. It would be Jay Vidal, who's actually he's in Vegas now. He moved. He was trained here, but moved to Vegas, and he's been like to many, many, many different promotions, and he's been killing it out there.
Joe,
do you have any merch you want to tell the fans if they want to pick anything up?
I have 8x10s coming soon that I'm going to post on my Facebook. Well, what I've been promoting now is my WWO organization, which is basically just raising money for epilepsy awareness for Epilepsy Florida, which is the organization that I kind of partner with. So I have the purple wristbands here, and a couple like awareness pins that my friend actually handmade, and that's about it. And that'll actually be at the show next weekend.
Yeah. So you want to
talk more about that show? The stage is yours.
Yeah. It's the second annual We Will Overcome show. We Will Overcome is an organization / charity that I started since I do have epilepsy. I just kind of want to be out there with it, help others, and just raise money for it, because a lot of people don't know, like, there isn't any cure. 50% of the time they're not going to be controlled, and you're going to have no idea why you have epilepsy, which is very frustrating, but it's just kind of how it goes. Sometimes you just don't know the cause of it. But we're going to have a great card. All proceeds go to Epilepsy Florida, and it's going to be some fun. I'm working Kylan King, who is a beast in that ring. So I'm excited for that match.
I'm excited for that match too. Just excited for you, you know.
Okay. No, I've worked her a couple times. She's amazing.
So
Do you have any other upcoming matches or?
I have Knockout Pro the 13th. I just don't know who I'm supposed to be facing.
oh jeez.
So like I will be there. I just don't know. I don't know my opponent yet, which is kind of exciting, and kind of like it interests me because I want to know a little more. Like who's it gonna be? But I mean, and for a surprise, I guess.
Here's my boss at Key Food, Junior. Hi, Junior.
Mm.
All right.
Warren, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. By the way,
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you guys. You guys are fun as it is.
Thank you.
It's made my day.
Oh,
Talking about wrestling, talking about what we talk about, drawing and your characters and shit. That was
Comics,
cool too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool to like talk with people that like obviously love wrestling, but also talk about like drawing and writing like I do, like more creative things outside of the ring are always fun.
Mm-hmm.
wait, one last question before our mod's head explodes. Do you have any pets?
Pets, I have a dog. It's my mom's dog, but like it's become a family dog. It's a mini min pin. It's a miniature not a Pomeranian. Oh my god, I can't remember. A miniature pincher, that's what it is.
Miniature pincher.
Yeah. It's like a tiny little thing.
I have a Dachshund, a wiener dog.
Oh, it's so tiny.
He's Mr. Serious. If Dexter
Really?
if Dexter was a wrestler, he'd be a heel. Oh, he'd be a Shawn Michaels. He'd be a heel to the guys and like be like the mushy to all the girls.
See, her name is Tina. She would not be a heel. She's crazy. She would be all over the place. I feel like she'd go into like comedy too. She'd be like she'd be a luchador, but like all comedy. All comedy, no business.
Ooh, there's another female wrestler that you would probably be good against in Boston. Her name is Little Mean Kathleen.
What a name.
Yes.
That's a pretty cool name. Why didn't I think of that?
She's hilarious.
Megan Mason too.
Megan Mason is another one that you'd be good against.
I've heard of her for sure.
She's mad cool too. She's
a cool person. So
super cool.
Yeah.
Talk to.
Hopefully one day.
Yeah. One day, if you come to New York, you can wrestle her.
Let us know.
Absolutely.
If it's a VPW or NYWC show, let us know like a month in advance that I can come from PA and stay at Geek's house for like a few days. We'll come down. We'll cheer you on. We love wrestling.
Awesome. I'm gonna look into it actually. I'm gonna like on Facebook when I'm done with this, look up VPW because now I'm interested.
They have a YouTube channel too.
They put all their full shows on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
So you can watch all their full shows. They're actually really good. So the last shows keep getting better and better. So
I mean that's good.
Something to check out.
They're growing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have to go, we totally understand.
Thank you so much again for coming on. By the way.
Oh, thank you. It was awesome just being here and chatting with you guys.
Yes.
Later.
Have a good day.
Later.
Good night.
What a fun interview.
Fun. She was awesome. Thanks again, Junior, for coming into the chat. Thank you. Please tell your friends and please just remember I'm the little Milford
I thought you were gonna disconnect that, Joe.
I was gonna disconnect it too. So we're talking to the guys. Show's almost over anyway. So Geek, you want to say something and then?
Yeah, I actually want to say a couple of things actually before I go.
Okay.
I actually wanted to mention that the NYWC show is tomorrow. So who do you got, Joe?
Tell me the card, big guy.
All right, we got Izzy and we got Tina San Antonio. Who we got? And there must be a winner match.
Well, I'm sorry to say this, Izzy, if you're listening to this anytime after or tomorrow, sorry, you're our friend, but I think Tina's gonna keep the belt to at least November. The end of to December.
Or Psycho Circus.
Yeah, till Psycho Circus.
Sorry. Tina's doing her thing right now.
Yeah, Tina's doing her thing right now. I'm sorry.
But she was probably going to keep it for a while. And then we got a couple other matches. We got Man Bun Jesus against Michael Mistretta.
Our friend. I'm going for the bun.
You going for the bun, Joe? I'm going for the bun. I'm going for the bun too, but I just don't feel it though. I don't know.
You don't think he's gonna? Do you think this is gonna be
I
another?
want him to win, but
he's gonna cancel Geek if you don't go for him. He's gonna cancel Geek.
I'm going for it. I'm going for it, Man Bun. But is he gonna win? That's the question.
I'm not a fan of Mastretta, so I got the our favorite little hippie to win this match.
The hippie guy is gonna win, right?
Yeah.
And then we got the return match: Robert Franklin and Dickie Rods against Dirty Deeds.
I got Dickie Rods.
Dickie Rods and Robert Franklin, or
yeah,
right? But yeah, so anyway, and then we got the main event. We got a 6-person tag match. The return, actually, it's a lot of returns in this match. Actually, the return of Tony Nese to NYWC. You have Mega, and you have Abaddon of Apocalypse against Rex. Oh crap! It was Rex, Willow, and I think it was Randy Summers. I think, but anyway, who do you got, Joe? Which team?
I got the first team you said.
Nese.
Yeah, Tony Nese.
Tony Nese making his return. He's probably going to go after Rex. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to go after Rex.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
So, and then what are the matches? I think there's got to be more, but anyway, NYWC tomorrow night. Deer Park, they're making their return. Maybe some surprises, maybe some not. We'll see, right?
Yep.
And you can always donate to us at http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. http://streamlabs.com/dudes@ringside. All right, Joe?
Well, we don't have anybody for this weekend, but you will be able to catch our Halloween special on October 31st with a special Halloween guest, and you will 2 Halloween episodes. You should really load that one on the 30th, Geek.
Yeah.
The 30th and the 31st. That has to be our Halloween special.
With our guest, Mother Endless.
I was going to surprise them. Damn you, Geek. Really bad at surprises.
All right, but you could say it, Joe. Go ahead.
With the famous, the loving support of Mother Endless.
Wrestling's darkest hour.
Mother Endless.
Good night, everyone.
See you when I see you.